did the apple garland together, and today we're going to be working on a different DIY kit. This DIY kit has a little more going on than yesterday's DIY kit, and this one includes a garland. It's a different garland with a different number, quantity, and color of beads and a different shape, as well as some ribbon. And along with the DIY kit, you get a stencil that's got 12 different designs, some white chalk paste. This is one of the mediums that we use, and you get a squeegee. So basically you get everything you need in the entire kit to finish the project. All right, so in today's kit, like I said, you get a stencil, and our stencils are a mesh sticky back stencil. It has a sticky back here. The great thing about this is it stays in place. The mesh is made so it's a silk screen stencil, so you can push or squeegee the medium over and through it, and then you can wash it, lay it to dry, upside down, and reuse it again and again. All right, so we are gonna use this stencil. This comes as a kit. It's $28.99, and you should be able to go get use the link straight to this kit if you would like to buy it. So don't think that this kit is just limited to what you see. All right, so it has the stencil. Again, it has the white chalk paste that has lots in here, enough for many projects, and a squeegee, and then our mini mason jar garland. So I'm going to pull these out and I'm going to show you everything that's included in this garland kit, okay? This is so adorable. You get this little mini mason jar with a hole in the top. So it's ready for you to go. Both sides are already painted. Now you could repaint that. You could do anything you wanted to with it. Comes with some jute, like ours, like the one from yesterday, and this piece of ribbon. I think this is about, I think it's like 20, yeah, it's pretty generous. It's like 25 inches long. I'm losing my marbles. Or my beads. All right, and then I've got a bunch of beads. So I've got beads in different sizes. Looks like I've got like 18 and 16 gauge or millimeter beads. So I've got the smaller ones are white and red, and then the pink ones are just a little bit bigger. And that's great because it's going to give our garland just a little bit of a different look than the one we did yesterday. All right, so I am going to start out by putting this garland together, and then I am going to chalk on it. Now, the reason I'm going to do that first is because, you know, I'm not always really good about waiting for chalk to dry. So I'm going to do that after I'm done with the garland. All right. All right. So let me get started then. I am going to open up my jute. Grab my scissors here. And just like yesterday, it's got plenty of length on it, so you can use whatever you need. So I'm just gonna unravel some of it right here. And then I am going to grab the mason jar, and I am going to feed the end through it. Okay. And now that I've got that, I am gonna start adding my beads, and I'm going to go in a pattern. It looks like I have 2, 4, 6, 7 of the pink ones. I'm going to try to think of what my pattern is going to be. 4, 6, 7. Looks like it's an even number. All right, so I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to, you know, plain Jane it up. I'm going to do one. Let's start with white. And then go, oh, you guys, I forgot my tape. Darn it. Forgot my tape. Well, this is going to be a struggle if I forget my tape. I'm going to have to let me grab my tape real quick. Okay, hate I had to leave you, but I would be super struggling without that tape. So I just grabbed some painter's tape, and I'm going to tape the end of my garland here, the end of the jute. And you can see I was really struggling just to put it through that first wood bead. So I'm just gonna, like I did yesterday, I'm just gonna wrap it around a little bit on the end. You only have to wrap it like maybe once or twice, cut off the extra, and then I'm going to continue wrapping until that tape is all on there. And then I'm gonna snip off the end. So you're gonna end up with something like this. And it just makes it a little bit easier to thread it through there. Like you saw, like I said, I was struggling. So I'm going to put the white. See how much quicker that goes? Okay, I'm going to go for white. White is the smaller. Then I'm going to go pink because it's larger. And then I'm going to do red. And then we'll go white again. We'll just do, we'll go with that one, see how it goes. Sometimes I'll place them out on my board to see how I feel about them. But I'm feeling like this looks pretty good. I'm going to hold it up for you guys, and you guys tell me what you think in just a second, okay? Okay, now I've got white. I'm going to do a few rounds, and then I'll show it to you. All right, and now red, and I'll show you what it looks like, and you can see, just add, like I said, like a different dimension. I didn't actually need to even add that mason jar yet. Let me show you how they look. You see, it's got a little bit of a pop because it's got that pink one, and the pink one's a little bit bigger than the other colors. All right, so how many of you guys have used our stencils or products in the past? Our products make crafting very, very easy. If you are a beginner to crafting, or if you're just not so sure, and even if you think you're not very creative or crafty, our products make that issue go away, because after you start using our products, you will see that indeed you are crafty and creative. You just maybe need a little bit of assistance or a little nudge, right, to get back in the swing of things, or to get an idea of what you would like to do. All right, so now I'm just talking to you and I've lost count. Hopefully I'm sticking with the order that I went in. All right, red, all right. And white, just a few more. So 7, I said I had 7, so this comes with 21 beads of different gauges. This kit itself is $28.99. And like I said, this comes with the garland, it comes with the squeegee, it comes with the chalk paste, and it comes with the stencils, and they are reusable. So pretty good deal. If you are joining our company as a creator, or if you would like to, and that's what we call folks who join our company, you get an immediate 35% off. And if you were on yesterday and you were listening to us, one of the things that I mentioned yesterday is you do not have to have any quotas ever, not monthly, not yearly, not ever, to be part of Magnolia Design Company. It's a simple $9.99 a month, and you get your 35% discount, but you can also work the business any way you want to, if you want to make it business. If you just love to craft and you want your discount, we can do that too. All right, so I have got the end here. I could have waited to put this one on. And I should have, because now I have to put the, all right, so now I have my mason jar on the one end, and I am going to tie a knot in at the end here. And I'm just going to double it up. And then I'm going to do the little trick that I did yesterday, and that I'm just going to feed this jute back through the other beads so that we don't see the end, and it gives a nice finished look. Let me get that knot going, and since I put the mason jar on first, I now have to put tape on the other end. Hey, I'm living it real over here, folks. Sometimes that's just the way crafting is, right? Do you ever start something and then just have to like rip it apart and start all over, and you're like, that just looks so different in my mind. It just turned out so different than I thought it was going to. You got to start all over. All right. All right, so I'm going to take that end and I'm going to feed it back through the couple of beads just to hide that. Well, I made that one too thick, just to hide the end. All right. I need another piece of tape. I have made this too thick. Bear with me. Sometimes that happens. All right. All right, so these mini mason jars, I think, are just so adorable. So many, you know, I know it's got like a country feel, a country theme, and I love it for that. But I just really think it says home. You know, I think these mini mason jars, they just kind of resonate with everybody. Okay. We also have an opportunity for you guys to get a monthly craft. If you would like to, you can click on magnoliadesignco.com and you can head over and join our craft club. And every month you get sent everything. It's $22.99, like the cheapest in the world in this industry, right? You get your service, you get your exclusive stencil, you get the squeegee, you get the surface, you get everything you need, sometimes flowers, ribbons, whatever you need to complete your project, including a QR code to a video to watch it, and written instructions. All right, so I got it through one. Let's get it through this other one. This guy's a little bit bigger, so that's going to be a whole lot easier. Get it through this one, and then I'm going to snip it off. And like I said before, all this really is doing is hiding the end for me, that tail. So I'm going to clip that off right there, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, now I have got my super adorable garland, and this is going to look so cute on a tiered tray or whatever you want to put it on, whatever you want to do with it. I'm going to finish off I'm going to create the tail, or what's that called? The fringe, the tassel. Oh my goodness. I'm going to create the tassel and then we'll chalk it up. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to undo this. And I think it's about 20 or 30 feet here that you have. And I'm just gonna unravel it. Now I like to wrap this around my hands 20, 30 times, 20, 30 times, or even we have a tassel tool that you can find in the accessories area. It also helps you make pom-poms. Okay, so I'm just going to grab a length of it and I'm going to just start wrapping it around my hand. And like I said, 20 or 30 times, tell you to run out of jute or whatever you want. I'm actually going to reserve a little bit of jute for the end for two reasons. I kind of wanted to see what it would look like if I put some jute around the top of that mason jar, and also to tie off, create the head of my tassel here. All right, so I'm going to leave, you know, maybe like a 1.5 feet for myself at the end. All right, that looks good. I'm gonna leave about this much for myself. Put that off to the side, and I am going to cut one little piece right now, and that will be to make the tassel. Now I've got this wonderful ribbon right here that I am going to incorporate in my tassel right now. I'm going to put it right here. And I might, I wonder if I want some for the other end. I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. I'll put it in here for now. We'll see what we think. We'll put it on the tassel and then we'll incorporate it up at the top. So I'll leave myself a little bit for that. And I'll set that aside as well. All right, so now I'm going to just grab right at the top here and the end of my garland and put it through this loop. And then I am going to tie a knot a couple of times. Now I want to keep it even so that my ribbon ends up being about the same length. I'm gonna trim these and everything, but I want to make sure I get a fair amount of ribbon in there. All right, so I'm just holding it and I'm going to tie it here at the end. Again, I'm going to leave a little bit at the end just so my beads have a little bit of room, a little bit of wiggle room. I usually leave 1 inch to 1.5 inches so they can slide and I can maneuver this thing a little bit. I really have difficulty with some of the garlands I pick up here and there that don't have any play with them. All right, so I've tied this in a knot and now I'm just pulling that down into the rest of the wood to be incorporated with the rest of the twine. All right, so I've got the twine here like this, I am going to take the little reserve that I had of the twine here. I cut off about 8 inches, and I'm just going to tie that about 1 inch down on my tassel so that it creates the head of the tassel. And I'm going to tie that in a knot. I'll show that to you in just a second. Now, I do like to have, like I said, about 1 inch down or so for the head of my tassel. That is up to you. Everybody likes it different. So that's what I've got. And then I'm just going to wrap it around a couple of times and then tie it again in a knot. All right, how many of you have tiered trays? Do you use these garlands on your tiered trays to dress up your house for the seasons? All right, so now I have this, and I'm going to pull everything down here. Now you could cut through to the loops, or you could cut straight across. I'm going to go ahead and cut the loops just to see what I've got and about how long that, you know, I could make my tassel. So here we got a little bit of a hot mess going on, lots of different sizes. I'm going to give it a haircut over here. And there we go. I've got my tassel, cute little tassel. All right, so here's my mason jar and my tassel. All right, so let me get these things out of the way. I want to take the last of the jute, and I'm going to wrap it around that mason jar. And I haven't tried this yet. I just thought, you know, when the show started, that would be fun. So I'm going to take it and just kind of wrap it around. We'll see how it goes, okay? And I'm going to tie it in a cute little bow. Yeah, that's going to look cute. So I just went across the mouth of the jar, or I don't know, what's that called? Like the rings, you know, up and down. And I'm going to make a cute little bow. I'll show you in a second. If I had my glue gun turned on, I would glue this in place, but I do not. So let me snip this and I will show it to you. Now, come on, that's a darling. That is just adorable. That's darling all by itself. All right, so I'm thinking, do we add the little red ribbon here? Tell me what you think. Add the red ribbon here with another bow, or maybe leave it as is. Let's see what it looks like, okay? So this is without the red gingham, all right? And then now we'll see what it looks like. Well, essentially I have two bows, won't we? Okay, so let's see what that will look like. And then you let me know what I should do. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do. Okay, love it. Thank you. I don't know. Maybe it's too busy. It feels a little bit too busy with the two bows right now, doesn't it? I think I'm just going to do the one. But previously, when we designed these, I thought it would be cute to have the bow up here. But the more I started working with it, I thought I would just love to have the twine around the mason jar. And for me, that's the look I'm going to go with. You've got more than enough ribbon to make your own decision here, and more than enough twine. All right, so I could have put this in, if I'd have thought about it or made a decision earlier, I could have put this in my garland in the tassel, but I'm fine with it. I love it. I love the way that this turned out. Now let's put a stencil on it. All right, so I told you I had this cute little guy here that I've used pieces, so I'm not going to use that again. And on another one, I used free hugs and self-love. There are many others to choose from. So I've got these dangling hearts. I've got this Hello Valentine. How cute is this little bicycle with just hearts coming out of the basket? I've got Hugs and Kisses 25 cents, February 24th. This love here. Oh, I got a love for a dog or a cat. I've got some lips. And this one says, I love you. I think I'm going to go with Hugs and Kisses. Which one would you choose? Again, I think I would probably, if someone didn't stop me, I'd probably go with that gnome again. But I think I've used him to death. I should probably give him a break. Yes, on the lips. Yes, I do the lips, someone says. I love the lips too. I don't know. Okay, maybe I'll change my mind. All right, you guys let me know. Let's look. Here is my mason jar. So I can do hugs and kisses, 25 cents, or I can do the lips. Or there's a back and front. I could do both. Let's do both, okay? All right, so first I'm gonna do hugs and kisses, and then I'll do the lips. So when you use our stencils, you're just going to peel them. You can catch the end with your finger and just peel it off the backing. This is called a backer slip. And one side is matte and the other side is slick or shiny. And that's the shiny part. After this gets washed and dried, you're going to place it back on the shiny part. All right. And if you want to remember what stencil went on this, you write on the back. It's a great way to remember which one is the back too. So I'm going to put this aside and we will get this puppy going. All right, so I'm going to put hugs and kisses right on here. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I just placed it where I wanted it. Great thing about these stencils is, you know, if you're going to cut your own stencils, you know, you can't pick them up and move them because one and done with when you cut your own stencils. But these, we have so many different designs. You can mix and match. You don't have to use the whole thing. But let's say I don't like it the way it is. I can just move it around. Another great thing about not cutting your own and just using those that we create is no weeding involved. So I love that. All right, so here we go. I've got that stencil in place. I just want to make sure, just like with any stencil, that you'll have good contact between the surface and the mesh. And so now I'm going to open up my chalk paste. Now, when you get the sample like this rather than a jar like this, we have two mediums. We use chalk paste and we use ink. On wood, you can use ink or chalk paste, but in this kit, paste comes with it. All right, paste is a semi-permanent product. So after this is done, if I don't want this to say this anymore, I just wasn't happy with it, I could reconstitute it by spraying it with some water and washing it off. All right, so I'm going to open this up. I'm sorry, I was telling you, when you get these, if you would need them, so right when you get a jar of something, you can put something in there and stir it around. Not so much with these. So just make sure that you need them, and essentially this is mixing it, okay? And then I'm going to cut the edge, and this has so much chalk paste in it, like I told you before. I'm just going to put a little bit on here, and then I'm going to squeegee it or run it across with this squeegee, my stencil with on the positive, negative, whatever it's going to end up being, right? Space on the stencil. All right, I'm going to show you what that looks like. Now, I squeegeed it on, and then I squeegeed off as much as I could. Now, I'm not going to sit there and work it forever, but before it's dry, we're going to want to peel it off. And when we stencil with this medium, less is more. All right, so we're going to just remove it by pulling it up, and then I'm going to set this aside to wash later. And look how cute that turned out. Nice crisp lines. Like I said, if I hated it, I could reconstitute it, spritz it with water, wash it off, and just do it all over again. So, hey, all right, so I am going to, thanks you guys for jumping on with me and watching. All right, so I got just about 4 minutes left. I'm gonna go ahead and do the lips. You guys liked the lips, so I'm gonna do those. So again, just peeling that off, I'm gonna set the backer aside so I can wash, dry, upside down my stencil, and then when it's ready to go, place it back on the backer for the next use. All right, let's flip it over to the other side and let's see how these lips come out. I'm gonna make them go to the side. I think, oh, they're kind of already angled enough to where I want them anyway. So let me get some more paste. Now, it doesn't take a lot of paste, and it only takes like a couple of minutes for this paste to dry. If you put on a lot of paste, you might run into like a situation where you would smudge it, or it would take a little bit longer to dry. So you're just going to make sure that you squeegee it on. And when you squeegee it off, essentially you are almost, depending on the surface that you're putting it on, you should be able to see basically the design right through there, okay? So let me go ahead and, oh, that's the, I'm in a very old downtown part in a place called Shelbyville in Kentucky right now, and the train is running. So if you hear that, sorry about that. All right, here are the lips. Is that so cute? All right, we got the lips and we got hugs and kisses. They kind of go together, don't they? Hugs and kisses, 25 cents, and the lips. All right, well, thank you so much, you guys, for watching me. Remember, you can hop on over to Magnolia Design Go. You can look in our DIY kit section, or you can use the code right on here to hop over there, the link. And this kit is $28.99. Comes with the stencil, all of which are reusable. There are 12 designs you could use on anything. Comes with the stencil, the chalk paste that you can use until it runs out, because there's plenty of it, a squeegee, and then this awesome kit that you put together. All right, just to reiterate, we do have a wonderful craft club for $22.99 a month. Just some unbelievable opportunities for you to craft at a really, really low cost that outside of the program you would not be able to purchase. So check us out, and we are so glad that you joined us. Come back again. Kathleen, our VP of Sales, will be on tomorrow, and I will be back to join you for an inking project. Oh, and I will be doing an inking project with you on Thursday. All right, so I'm Lisa from Magnolia Design Co. Thank you so much for joining me, and okay.